This is the Violent Professional Podcast.
I don't want you to come. I'm gonna come! Did you see this fucking video? Or meme? Kamala Harris on the fucking border saying, do not come. I could just picture that's what she would say to her, to fucking the, first husband. Do not come. When she's fucking riding a missionary. Do not come. Do not come too fast. It's fucking disgusting. Kamala Harris. I don't know if you remember Camel Joe from the fucking 90s and the early 2000s. Maybe Camel Joe still exists, but she reminds me highly she reminds me very much of Camel Joe. I'll put a comparison picture up there of Camel Joe and Kamala Harris. They look identical. You know, if you didn't see that video I was talking about, it's fucking hilarious. It's a meme. It's a meme video where Kamala Harris says, "Do not come" when she goes to Guatemala. Telling people to not make the treacherous journey from Guatemala to America because apparently border security means something now, and it didn't a few years ago. So she's telling them, do not come to America. It's a dangerous journey. You don't want to come there. We're going to turn you right around. My, how things change over time, depending on who you are. It's almost like things matter when shit starts getting real. Wild. Again, I'm not going to turn this into a political podcast. I think it's been done. I don't like talking about politics, right? Because it's the Violent Professional Podcast. I don't talk about podcasts. I don't talk about politics on here. Unless you listen to a few of the episodes and you hear me talk about politics, I don't want to do that. But it is ridiculous. The meme video is funny. The politics are a little bit ridiculous. Anyway, enough of that. How do you like the studio so far? It's different. I understand the background is different. It's wood now. I decided to go from brick to wood. A little bit of a secret. It wasn't real brick. I don't know if you could tell that. A couple of the videos, it was wallpaper, so it was like you could kind of see, you could see that it was fucking flowing in the breeze. It was not sticking to the wall. But now I got wood. Makes it look better, I think. Makes me feel at home, like back in the podcast studio in Washington, which still exists. It's still at my home in Washington. I'm just renting out my house to someone while I'm here. So, yeah. That podcast studio I built with my brawn and my steel and my brain power. Painted it, put up all the wood paneling, built the sound boxes, which is something I don't have here. So if you hear a little bit of an echo, it's because there's not really sound dampening shit here. This is sound dampening. The wall where the camera is and there's curtains and shit like that. It's a little bit sound dampening. And then I turn the volume down on the microphone. It's a little bit better. But that podcast studio is dope. I'm trying to replicate something here. And obviously it's just me. If you want to be on the podcast, you want to sit across the table with me and be on this podcast, hit me up. If you're in Arkansas region, you can come on the podcast. But do not come. Do not come. Do not come. Oh, I don't want you to come. So I had a real issue today. It's something many of you may have had. Many of you may have had a problem, and I'm going to get into it, But first, I need to do something, and it's very important. Do you know what that is? It's me releasing the Kraken! Oh, I'm cracking it. Fucking Kraken. I know you're not getting old. That's not getting old real quick. I just released it, and it's been fucking released. So we're about to have a good time, all right? Let me go back because I'm trying to be a little bit more professional in this podcast. For anybody just tuning in, I'm Whiskey Mike. I'm the host of the fucking goddamn Violent Professional Podcast, the only Violent Professional podcast. This is the Violent Professional. And so now you know. You have met me. You understand that I'm the host of this podcast. I'm the host of this motherfucking podcast. And now we can be friends, all right? So I got a real question for you. This is very important. This is a very important topic of conversation that I don't feel like many people talk about. You know, you got all this crazy shit going on these days. No one talks about a real day-to-day issue that we all kind of deal with. And this is not gender specific. It doesn't even matter if you identify as a fucking spaceship. It doesn't matter at all. This is a problem that we as carbon-based life forms all deal with. That moment you're in the shower getting all sudsy and soaping up them nips. You know, maybe you're putting a little bit of the fucking Pert Plus in your hair, or the fucking, you got a little bit of dandruff, so you're using Head and Shoulders. So you're putting that on your hand and you're fucking rubbing it into your fucking Goldilocks. You feel a little rumble down below. Obviously you're drinking a beer in the shower because you're a fucking alcoholic. Take that beer and put it up on like any space. Like, you don't want to put it next to the shampoo that's hanging out in the fucking little plastic shelf that comes in your fucking shower. But sometimes you do because that's the only place you got. Or you put it on the floor where the splishy splashy goes and fucking gets in your fucking drink. Splishy splashy gets everywhere. It gets in the little hole. It gets in the little hole of your bottle. It's all sudsy and stuff, but you drink it because you're a fucking alcoholic, as we talked about before. Not me. You. You're the one with the problem. You're the one drinking the beer in the shower, not me. But anyway, you're fucking finding a place for your beer, so you end up putting it in the corner. The corner at the top of the plastic tub, plastic shower, And you feel a little rumble below. You're like, God damn it, I just got in the shower. What is this? Well, my friends, it's a fucking turd. You got to take a giant shit. And unfortunately for you, your butthole, because you like to keep it clean, you like to wash the butthole. But the problem is, when you took your soap and inserted it in your butthole and fucking washing a ring around the rosy, you stirred up something that should have been kept secret. It should have stayed secret. But oh no, it did not stay secret. It wanted to be found. It was a giant turd. And you've been blowing hot air around that big turd all day, and everybody's like, God damn, you stink. You're farting in the Zoom meeting. We could smell it through the webcam. Anyway, I digress. You gotta take a shit in the shower. What the fuck? This is a real problem we all deal with. You talk about paying bills. You talk about fucking picking your dumb kids up from school. You're a soccer mom in a minivan, but it doesn't matter who you are. You're a businessman. You're a soccer mom. You're a goddamn cashier at a Target. If you take a shower and you go ring around the rosy, you're going to have to shit in the shower. So my question to you, because I still haven't figured this part out about life. When I'm in the shower getting all hot and sudsy and I'm fucking just lathering up, getting a thick lather. It's thick. It's super thick. I'm getting that thick lather. What happens when you got to take a shit? What do? I haven't figured it out, like I just said. Me and that thick lather getting out of the shower, pushing the curtain, and I'll just tell you what I did. You put your beer up on the fucking corner of that plastic tub shower thing with all the shelves you'll never be able to change. The only way to change your shower is to fucking rip the goddamn thing out and buy a new one installed by Lowe's for $99. You're all sudsy and you put your beer up on the counter and you go and fucking jump out. Well, what do? You put down a towel first? You only got one towel because you're a fucking cheap ass in your fucking apartment. And you gotta, you jump out and water. It's like you've been carrying buckets of water and you jump out and sit on the fucking toilet. Just water pouring off you. You're glistening in the sun. Or the heat lamp that's sitting above you. Not me, you. Water's just everywhere. And you shotgun blast a turd in the toilet. And do not wipe, because you don't want dingleberries in there. So you just hop back in the shower and immediately get some fucking Irish Spring. All the Irish Spring, and you just jam that up in your butt crack and wash. That's what you do. Not what I did. This is not a real story that happened 2 hours ago. What do you do? I want you to comment below in any of the fucking things you're listening at or social media and tell me what you do. Do you throw down towels? Do you fucking... What do you fucking do? Do you dry yourself off before you sit on the abode? Do you wipe with fucking toilet paper? After getting those dingleberries up in your butthole hair? What do you do when you gotta take a currently ongoing shower shit? We talk about the post-shower shit. I haven't, but the subject is pre-shower shit is better than the post-shower shit because you feel like you need to take another fucking shower. But what do you do for the fucking while you're showering? What do you do? These are questions that need answering. And after 38 years, I haven't figured this shit out. Let's be real. It was me. I don't know if you picked this up. 2 hours ago, I was in the shower. I had to shotgun blast that turd on the thing. But I just hopped out of the shower with no regard for anyone's safety, including my own. I was just like, God, I gotta shit. Because the other option is you just shit in the tub and then you stamp it down through the fucking shower drain. But I ain't about that. There's a toilet right next to the shower. So hop right out, fucking take a dump, but then I realize there's water all over the floor. Like a massive amount of water. Like I turned the shower head into the fucking... I was like, well, it would be interesting to take a shit and take a shower at the same time. But now that I say that would be interesting. You're taking a shit and a shower. You turn the shower head over towards the toilet and fucking just while you're shitting, you're taking a shower. It's kind of like getting a Blumpkin almost. Now follow me. Blumpkin, if for the fucking people that don't understand that, is you get a blowjob while you're taking a shit. Isn't a shower as lovely as a blowjob? I would assume a shower and a shit at the same time would be just like a Blumpkin. But these are questions that need answering. Strikeforce Energy is a fucking fantastic fucking drink. You get that shit and you fucking wake up in the morning. It came in on the fucking Pony Express. Paul Revere himself, if he was alive, he would have brought that shit right into your fucking suck hole. He'd take the fucking pump bottle, insert it into your face, and smash the top so you get that fucking natural flavor enhancer in your body. Now, I don't know if it's natural, but it sure as hell tastes like it belongs in my body.
And it should belong in your body too. So go ahead, go to StrikeForceEnergy.com and use code EvilVibes at checkout and you get 20% off all of the shit that they have on their store. That includes fucking water bottles to put Strike Force Energy in. It involves hats, cats. I don't know if they sell cats, but they probably should, you know. Get fucking as hyped as you can on fucking Strike Force Energy like a cat on catnip, speaking of which. And with, you know, the hustle and bustle of busy life, why would you waste time going to the fucking gas station or the grocery store to get you a fucking energy drink when you could just have that shit on your counter ready to go? You get the pump bottle, you get the fucking packets, you squirt that shit in water, boom, you're fucking done and off to the races. Anyway, go to StrikeForceEnergy.com, use code EvilVibes for 20% off your entire order of Strike Force Energy.
So anyway, as you may or may not know, I am a screen printer by trade. Let me get a sip of this shit. I can't even look at you without getting my head right. So I'm a screen printer by trade. You've heard all of the episodes, so you know what I'm talking about. But to refresh your memory, or to the people that are just tuning in, I am a screen printer by trade. I haven't done it in a while because I've been doing other shit. But I have owned screen printing companies, I've owned a screen printing company, and I would do custom orders, as well as I had a clothing line that I would do custom designs and put them out and stuff like that. And so because of that, I have a lot of solicitation that happens over email. And it's usually people from Pakistan trying to make me fucking boxing gloves or fucking kimonos or whatever. Like, so many things. They're like, hey, you want water bottle? You want this? God damn it, Jeffrey. I don't need your fucking water bottle. I don't need your fucking boxing gloves or your gis. They make a lot of fucking weird shit in Pakistan that you can't really get anywhere else, like boxing gloves. I'm sure you can get them elsewhere, like from China, but like the legit ones I think are from Pakistan. I'm not sure though. I seem to be hit up by people from Pakistan all the time, and they try to use fake names and whatever. Also on Instagram, they hit me up on there. It's fucking weird. But so anyway, I get solicitations, and it's like, hey, look at these fucking things. Look at these products you can buy. You sell our stuff. Here's stickers. Here's this. All of this merchandise. We can do this for you. Drop shipping. Blah, blah, blah. And it's just like fucking, it's like super high stimulation fucking emails. And just like, look at our stuff, mate! And I don't ever buy that shit. I don't ever buy any of it. I just fucking delete it usually. Or, you know, if you look at my email box, there's 10,000 emails just filling it up of spam and fucking solicitations and whatever. But so I get this thing, this email that's like from a blank t-shirt supplier, and it's like they'll send you coupons and whatever, just like standard shit. But they were like talking about this launch of this new fucking clothing line. And, oh my God, you gotta check it out. It's super dope. Well, I opened the email because I'm like, oh, what's this shit? For some reason, it caught my attention. I fucking looked. I opened the email, and it was like, oh, the vaccine card, the vaccine card T-shirt. And so it's a fucking T-shirt with a left pocket that is clear zipper. It's a nice little space for your fucking vaccine card. Because the sheep need clothing too. What is fucking happening? What is fucking happening? You know that people are going to fucking buy that shit. There's going to be a few people out there that go like, oh man, that's dope. How can I virtue signal without actually saying I'm virtue signaling? Let me get the fucking t-shirt with the fucking clear pocket that has my vaccine card that somebody has to get fucking 2 inches away from my fucking nips to see what it says and be like, what's that on your chest? And be like, grabbing the fucking nipple, be like, What is that? What is it? Oh, let me put on my monocle. Oh, what's on your chest? It's very interesting. There's a fucking clear pocket and a zipper. Oh! Oh! And you're like fucking... You're fucking looking at it and be like, wow, that's small print. What does it say? I'm super interested. in what's going on in your t-shirt. It's clear and shiny except for the cotton. The rest of the fucking shirt, that's cotton. And you look at it and you're like, oh, good to know. You have your fucking vaccine for COVID-19. I wouldn't have known that unless you had a fucking vaccine t-shirt. But what if I looked close and it didn't say you had that? And then I'm really close to you and I'm looking up. I'm looking up at you and I'm like, oh, you don't have the vaccine. Oh, but I'm 2 inches away from your fucking chest. So you're really close to them looking at their fucking vaccine card, bug. Does that go for everything? Like, is this the future? It's like we're just giving away our health records to people. Be like, yep, broke my leg when I was fucking 6. It's like, well, I'm glad I found that out. But what is it? What are we doing? What are we doing here? You got HIV and you're fucking like, yep, got my fucking HIV vaccine. Don't worry, might fuck you, but you're not gonna catch fucking HIV. I don't even know if that's a fucking thing. HIV vaccine. I think there's stuff now that prevents other people from getting it. That's what I like to tell myself. What if you had the bubonic plague, but you got the vaccine for the bubonic plague and now nobody can catch it? Oh, good, you have your measles vaccine. I was worried about getting measles, and then I looked at your chest 2 inches away. Now I'm not getting measles. What is going on? What the fuck is going on? This is two things. This was one thing or it's another thing. There's somebody that was like, look at these dumb motherfuckers. They believe everything the government tells them. Everything. Everything. There's a good portion of the population that believes everything the government tells them. They would never lie. And if that's the case, if there's a lot of people that believe that, they'll probably buy a fucking vaccine t-shirt. By the way, it was $50. That's the starting price. $50. Oh, buy one, get one, fucking 20% off the vaccine. You and your douchebag friends have these? You and your fucking left-leaning friends all have this, hey, have your vaccines? Well, get a t-shirt to display it to the rest of the world to let them know you're a bunch of fucking assholes that take life way too seriously. What would this person's name be? What would it be? It would be Jeffrey. No offense to any Jeffreys out there, but in this certain circumstance, in this made-up story I'm going to come up with right now, is Jeffrey's a giant tool. And Jeffrey goes to this fucking party out in Los Angeles, and he's like, listen to fucking Gavin Newsom and his ever-changing fucking rules and not following any of them. And he's going to this fancy party in the Hollywood Hills and shows up with this fucking $50 t-shirt with a fucking clear pocket that they fucking like heat pressed on there so that fucking dumb motherfuckers can tell everybody about their vaccines. And he's out at this party. He's just like, he's got his fucking vodka 7, his fucking martinis, and he's fucking dancing through, and he's like putting his chest out there, and he's just like, yeah. Everybody's like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Jeffrey's got a leather jacket on, but it's not like any leather jacket. It's a cruelty-free leather jacket. It's made with fucking hemp seed leather. They made in some sort of fucking sweatshop in China, but he disregards that because it's fucking trendy. And he's out there just having a good time. He's like putting his chest out, and he's like, man, why isn't anybody complimenting me on my fucking vaccine t-shirt? He's just like this super uber douche who's like, going to people and telling them about how talking politics. They're like, bro, we're just trying to have a fucking good time, man. Like, just calm down. He's like, oh, what are you, racist? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I thought you were cool. Jeffrey is like, oh, why'd you think that? I'm not cool at all. And he's like just going around just trying to fucking get people to fucking support his t-shirt. And he's like, dude, like, Corona was like so 2020, like no one gives a fuck anymore. Cool, you got a vaccine, bro. Sweet. Cool. And he's like, walking around, he's like, what a bunch of racists. And he's like, what? The fuck did you say? He's like, you just a fucking white privilege asshole that's super racist because you didn't compliment my fucking vaccine t-shirt. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Jeffrey eventually like goes because he's like, you just not fucking, you just don't care about people. Like I care about people. Just a bunch of fucking nonconformists. And like he like gets a text from like his fucking buddies on Grindr, you know, and they're fucking like, hey, meet up at the fucking Starbucks, the 15th Starbucks on the fucking left of fucking Malibu Drive, and they all show up there, and they're talking like, Jeffrey shows up and he's just like, and they're like, Jeffrey, you're not like this usually, and Jeffrey's like, I just had a bad night, guys. I went to this fucking party at fucking Holiday Hills. And these guys are a bunch of fucking privileged sons of bitches, and it's like a bunch of white people sitting in there getting their like cake pops and fucking skinny, non-fat mochaccino frappuccino bulls, and they're fucking sitting there at like high top tables and fucking, you know, with their frosted tips and shit. I don't know. Like they're talking about it. They're like, well, what happened, Jeffrey? Tell me. Like. And one of the fucking dudes who clearly tells everybody he's not gay. Like he's like, I'm not gay, but he's like munching on this fucking cake pop, like eats it in one bite. He's like, and Jeffrey goes on this fucking thing about how everybody at the party was like white privilege, even though it was like a good mix of fucking all races. And he's just like, everybody's super white privilege, and Jeffrey's fucking white as shit himself. He's lily white. You know, and he's just calling everybody racist and fucking white privilege and stuff. And there needs to be a change. And like, but, you know, and it's just like, oh my God, they're so racist. They really like our fucking accent. And they're just super like fucking anti everything. And they're just like, we need to make a change. And then they just throw down their cake pops in a pile and they just start making out and just fucking sucking dicks, like just piling up in a big gay orgy, like on top of the fucking Starbucks table. You know, that's what happened in that story. That's literally the only outcome of you if you decide to get a t-shirt that displays your fucking vaccine record. That is the only outcome for you. You get that t-shirt in the mail and you complained about it. It's an email to the fucking vaccine t-shirt company. Be like, hey, I ordered this 2 hours ago. You're like, bro, it takes fucking 3 weeks to get to you. We've got a special make the pocket. You get it finally. They fucking you fucking deliver it through Amazon. You're like watching the fucking truck come. You're like, oh, he's at my door. I can finally show everybody that I'm vaccinated. As your fucking veins are busting. And I can show everybody I'm not racist and fucking I don't believe that white privilege is good. And you're fucking like just fucking so excited to show the world. And you're just watching it and you fucking see like it's at your door and the Amazon picture shows up that it's delivered. You're just fucking, you know, you're just so excited you throw that on and immediately go to a gay orgy inside of a Starbucks. Oh, that little part turned out better than I thought it did. Only time will tell. The notes I have on this is vaccine record tease email Jeffrey blowing his buddies in a Starbucks. Realize he's racist because of his white privilege. What's next? AIDS cards, t-shirt, vaccine records like a dog tag. Yeah, that's a good point. Why don't we all just get fucking collars and put our fucking rabies vaccinations on there? Like, get all of it. Be like, oh yeah, he's got distemper. You know, this fucking weird liberal fucking weirdo has distemper, so he's not going to scream at you about the fucking fact you said, hey, thanks the wrong way when you're ordering some shit from fucking Starbucks. What's next? What's next? What is next? Let me tell you what's next. I don't know if you know this, but I am a big pizza guy. And I'm not talking about like that douchebag Jeff Portnoy pizza guy. Super cringy. You're fucking 40. You wear skinny jeans. Stop it. Just fucking stop it. No one fucking gives a fuck about your fucking skinny jeans and your scarves, you fucking weirdo. Hey, let's give it one fucking bite. God damn it. I'll give it a 3.5. Who gives a fuck? Like, why is that a thing? It's a bunch of fucking Guidos going, hey, that pizza is good. Hey, I'm from the fucking mafia. Hey. Yeah, I'm originally from New York, and I think those fucking people that talk like that, I love to make fun of it because it's like, you fucking dumb fucks. Like, everybody over there is like, you know, not everybody. There's a lot of people like that just talk normally. You know, I have a little bit, I say talk or coffee or some stuff. But the people that go, hey, you like the fucking pizza. And they're all fucking animated. It's like their fucking spine is breaking. It's like, hey. And they're fucking hurting and shit. They're like, hey, I like pizza. Hey. Like they've got fucking, like, what is it called? What did Forrest Gump have? Where just, my spine was cooking like a question mark. Scoliosis. It's like everybody's got scoliosis. They're trying to crack their fucking back. And it's just like, hey, Timothy, what the fuck, eh? And it's like, what are you doing? Are you having a fucking seizure? Why are you talking like that? Maybe if you took the fucking skinny jeans off Jeff Portnoy, you wouldn't be fucking tall. Look at the fucking pizza, hey! It's always like this, look at the fucking pizza, hey! Hey, I'm fucking so cool. Look at my skinny jeans. I'm getting a fucking piece of pizza. Hey, you don't fucking talk like that. You fucking. I'm sweating right now. Speaking of sweating, if I took off my shirt, no one would see this badass merch. Hey, the boop and the bop. Get the fucking merch. Go to the Violent Professional Podcast online store and get the fucking merch. Hey, we got new shit in there. Threads for you to wear. Woo! Let me drink on this beer. I'm getting fucking lit. I'm trying to give you a good time. Talk about pizza. This wasn't about somebody else. This was about fucking pizza. But in Arkansas, hey. It's about a fucking pizza in Arkansas from fucking Long Island. So I've been on a search for good pizza in Arkansas, believe it or not. No one's even heard of Arkansas, other than it's got a silly fucking name. But the state is actually awesome. I have said it before. But I've been looking for pizza because I love pizza. You know, even in Washington, there's good pizza. But in Arkansas, I have not found up until the past few days, and I'll talk about it. Have not found good pizza. In fact, I've found the opposite. I've found stuff that you can't consider pizza. And if you eat it, you have to actually mentally prepare yourself and think that this is not pizza. I'm not getting pizza. This is cracker and cheese and sauce. You know? So I was like, you know what? This is like a few weeks ago. I'm like, I haven't had pizza here. I'm going to try it. Because that's what I like. I like the fucking sauce. I like the cheese. I like the crust. I like the fucking gluten. I'm a glutton for the gluten. And so I've been going to these places, and I'm like, that place looks great. I'm going to go there. I'm going to fucking go there. It's probably a good place. Let me get it. I'll even tip them good. The fucking classic mistake
whatever, you get the pizza box after you order it. If you don't open that shit, when you bring it back to your house, you'll be like, oh, what the fuck? Hey, Timothy, look at the fucking pizza. Hey, what is this? Oh, Fafo Napoli, hey. You immediately turn into a fucking Guido, and you're super pissed off. You're like, I paid this fucking scumbag the fucking money. Hey. But you get the fucking pizza. If you don't look at it right at the counter, it's fucking garbage. It's burnt. It's horrible. It's never undercooked. It's always burnt. That's a fact. It looks like a goddamn tire. And so I went to 2 places. One of them was right down the road from my house. Actually, both of them, the first 2 places. And I found out real quick this town is not known for its pizza, and I'm pretty sure the whole fucking state is not known for its pizza. It has a lot of plenty good things that it has, but the pizza is not one of them. So went to the first place. It was standard fucking pizza shop, like a independent pizza shop, and went in there. It was just janky old bricks and like people like fucking a bunch of teenagers that were like just not even working, like sort of doing their thing, and it was just like, wow. It was like checkered placemats on the tables, on like folding tables and shit. I'm like, what is this place? I was like, but the pizza's got to be good because it looks like shit, right? Not the case. I didn't check. I gave the dude a fucking $10 tip because I'm generous as fuck. And when I got in my car to check it out, I fucking was like, what the fuck? I can't take that tip back. I should go in there and throw it and be, or like a Frisbee, because that's the consistency. That's what it looked like. Burnt on the top, super fucking thin. Super fucking thin, and it had the consistency of a saltine cracker. That's exactly what it had. And when I got it back to my house, and I took a bite, and it was a fucking saltine cracker. It literally had a saltine cracker crust. And I was like, what kind? Where do you get off? Fucking putting saltine dough, and who the fuck knows how to make saltine dough? Who the fuck knows how to make saltine dough? I don't. I've never even seen a recipe. You at home making saltines? Why the fuck you putting saltines, sauce, and cheese in an oven? That's fucking crazy. So anyway, not happy. Not happy with it. I mean, I finished the whole fucking thing because I'm a pig. Let's be honest. But I had to get my head right, and I was like, this is not pizza. It's a fucking cracker, cheese, and sauce. Arkansas pizza, I'm upset. Cheese and sauce on a cracker, disrespect. That's what I said. I made that song up. Arkansas pizza, disrespect. Cheese and sauce on a cracker, disrespect. I said that wrong the second time. Anyway, you know what I'm getting at. It's Arkansas pizza, I'm upset. Cheese and sauce on a cracker, disrespect. Because that's what it is. You're disrespecting my taste buds. And don't fuck with me. I am a fucking pizza connoisseur. Not like that punk that goes around and gives some made up scores. That everybody fucking goes, oh yeah. Moving on. I from that traumatic experience, I took a few days off and I went to another one because I'm a giant pig and I'm like, oh, I gotta get another pizza here. Went to this other fucking place. It looked like shit as well. I was like, oh, this has got to be good. I never learned anything. Obviously, insanity. That's the definition of insanity. Went there. Similar story. Same fucking thing. It's like they had a tube, like one of those fucking bank tubes where you put the money in the old days or your cards and shit and it goes like, and it like shoots up. It's like they made a pizza at that other fucking place. And they're like, hey, we got a fucking, hey, Tony, we got a fucking pizza. You need a fucking cheese pizza. They fucking put it in the tube and it fucking go. And like, when it ended up at their fucking place, they're like, here's the same fucking pizza you ordered last week, dipshit. And the same fucking thing. Saltine cracker crust, cheese and sauce. Arkansas pizza, I'm upset. Cheese and sauce on a cracker, disrespect. Disrespectful, unforgivable. I went to the fucking pizza place and got a fucking pizza. Tastes like shit. Unforgivable. Remember that fucking YouTube? Before YouTube required you to pay them to be viral? So the search continued till I finally found a place that was okay. You thought it was going to be some big fucking like end to this story where it's like, well, did you find the place? I found a place that was okay. It was pizza. It was not good pizza. Yeah, you're better off. You're in Arkansas. You're better off. So far, I've been to 4 places. This one place was the best. It was Hideaway Pizza. Shout out to Hideaway Pizza. It was good. But I feel like I could go to fucking Walmart and get one of those ones that you put in the oven yourself. You're probably better off, to be honest. So, yeah, I found 2 places so far that are good. One of them's Hideaway Pizza. It's fucking dope. For here. It's dope for here. It's not like New York pizza. Can't compare. Anybody from Chicago, you can fucking suck a dick. New York pizza is the best no matter where you go. Every pizza in New York. Even Elio's pizza is better than fucking Chicago pizza. Deep dish pizza. Get fucked. Deep dish pizza. What the fuck is that? That's like a lasagna. Get the fuck out of here. Uncana is a CBD company. They make all kinds of CBD products which help people get over shit like anxiety, aches and pains, and general bullshit of the world. Uncana takes the edge off of life. Everybody's talking about CBD. There's a lot of great companies out there. But if I'm going to pick a company to put in my fucking body, I'm going to choose Uncana. You know, you go to Uncana.com, you use code VIOPRO, you get 25% off of all of the CBD products. At least go there and research. They got plenty of information, some fact sheets, the data on how pure and safe their product truly is. What do you have to lose, kids? Go check it out on Uncana.com and make sure you use VioPro at checkout for 25% off your entire order of CBD. You know who would enjoy a fucking pizza from Arkansas? In fact, this thing I'm talking about would enjoy a pizza from anywhere. It doesn't give a fuck. Apparently, it doesn't eat what it's supposed to. It eats whatever the fuck it wants. It's like a honey badger of the ocean. It just doesn't give a fuck. This story comes from Massachusetts. The Massachusetts lobster diver survives being swallowed by a whale. His response was, I was completely inside. He was completely inside the whale. I was completely inside the whale. It was completely black, he said. Let me rephrase this. This is a story from Fox News. This man, he was a Massachusetts lobster diver, and it was very black, and he was deep inside of a fucking whale. This is from Fox News, remember? From online, foxnews.com. A commercial lobster diver says he was swallowed whole by a whale off the Massachusetts coast Friday, but made it out alive with only minor injuries following a life and death encounter. It's fucking bonkers. He was eaten by a whale. Doesn't say what kind. Maybe it was a sperm whale. Michael Packard, 56, of Wellfleet, was released hours later from a Cape Cod hospital. Of course he's in Cape Cod. Getting at maybe they still have him some lobster bisque. Cape Cod Hospital following a scary encounter with a humpback whale. He was deep inside a humpback whale. This must have been Wednesday. He told this random TV station that he was 45 feet deep in the waters off of Provincetown when the attack occurred. I gotta read it like this for the rest of the fucking thing. He initially thought the whale was a shark, but then realized he was wrong when he didn't feel any teeth of pain. You know,
As you don't feel anything when you're inside of a whale. Talk to Jonah if you know your biblical history. Or stories. I was lobster diving and a humpback whale tried to eat me. Captain Michael Packard post on his Provincetown Facebook page. He's holding up a fucking giant-ass lobster. That thing's fucking nasty. How the fuck did he catch him? Oh, rubber bands. That's how I got him. They're super weak. They're just like, they can crunch your fucking hand kind of like an alligator. Why are animals made that they can only go one way? And then you just touch them and they're just like, oh, my weakness. Don't put your fingers on me. He continues. All of a sudden, I felt this huge shove, and the next thing I knew, it was completely black. You know, that sounds like a prison. I felt this shove, and it was completely black. Packard recalled on Friday afternoon, according to Cape Cod Times. I could sense I was moving, and I could feel the whale squeezing with the muscles in his mouth. Oh, you're damn right you could. You're damn right you could. Mr. Packard. Packard's mate, Josiah Mayo, sounds like a white guy with a name like that. Packard's mate plucked him out of the water and headed back to the shore. Fox News has reached out to Packard but has not heard back. Experts told the newspaper that humpback whales are not aggressive animals, especially towards humans. Based on what was described, this would have been a mistake. You know, simple humpback mistake. They're making mistakes. They're like, hey, is it happy hour at the fucking Applebee's, the Ocean Applebee's? And they're like, dude, that's in like an hour. He's like, oh, my mistake. I'm a simple humpback. Woo! And he splashes into the water. Must have been at fucking humpback Chili's. Based on what was described, this would have been a mistake and an accident on the part of the humpback. Silly fucking humpback. He made a mistake. You know, they do that. They do that. He's like, hey, let me park my car. And they're like, nah, he ain't humpback. And he's like, oh, my mistake. Woo! God, they got some fucking weird names. Based on what was described, this would have been a mistake and an accident on part of the humpback, said Juke Robbins, director of humpback whale studies at the Center for Coastal Studies in Provincetown. It's fucking crazy. Then some fucking person from Theodore, well, he comments in this comment section, well, I'm a diver and live the Mass. I've been diving the coast of Mass for a long time now. This is the most bizarre story I have ever heard. That will surely be a story he could tell to his children and his grandchildren. Of course, many, if they hear it, will not believe, and who could blame him? This is Theodore, your cousin from Boston. Fucking dope. Imagine being swallowed by a goddamn whale. I couldn't. Could you? Hey, forget about it. You get one of them pizzas from fucking Arkansas. You swallow that. That'd be tastier than a human in scuba gear. Anyway. I'm going to be doing some skits coming up. I feel like that's something I'm missing. Hold on, let me drink this beer real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll enjoy this. This is what I picture that the humpback whale was doing. And you'll only be able to see this if you go on YouTube and subscribe. This is fucking Michael Packard, and he's fucking swimming. He's like, oh, I'm lobster diving. And here's like, I'm a humpback whale. Woo! Hey, look at you. You got the lobster. Oh, my mistake. That's a simple humpback mistake. You know, Michael Packard got out scot-free. Simple humpback mistake, in my humble opinion. I don't even know where I'm at. What? What happened? Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna start doing skits. That's and by skits I mean I'm gonna just start doing fucking like little things. You remember my fucking this is your brain on drugs little skit I did with the 80s thing when that was the thing, crack the egg in the fucking the hot pan. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Totally not what drugs are like. But I'm gonna do more things because I'm getting more into the podcast. I have a bunch of ideas. Came up with some about Bill Cosby's fried chicken. So you know it is what it is. I came up with a line though, and I want to save it, but I think it's so awesome. He's got 7 herbs and spices. And he gets the pudding pop and puts the 7 herbs and spices on there. One of them will knock you the fuck out. It's so delicious. So I've got some plans for some skits. It involves Amazon wish list and some sweaters. It's funny if you go on Amazon.com. There's actually a whole section. If you just type in Cosby sweater, it comes up with some really fucking awesome ones. With the beep and the bop and the boop and the Rudy. But I've got some plans for that. I'm writing out a whole fucking thing. So there's going to be some skits coming up in the very near future. I just got to wait for my fucking Cosby sweater and my Colonel Sanders wig and fucking goatee and fucking Kentucky tie. Like, it's going to be awesome. And you're going to love it, I feel. Also, I'm gonna be going to Texas here soon in the next few weeks to record an episode with a good friend, and it's gonna be on location, and there's gonna be a whole bunch of buttholes flapping in the pool, some fancy fucking times ahead, my friends. This is gonna be good. Trying to improve this fucking shit show of a podcast. I've got fancy wood. Smells like a goddamn cedar chest in here. It smells like a fucking hamster cage because it's made out of pure cedar. That's what it's made of. It's super stinky in here. It smells like a fucking hamster cage. You ever smelled a hamster cage? You know what this fucking room you're looking at smells like. I'm gonna be honest. I want to puke a little bit. Have you ever been in a fucking room made of fucking rich cedar? It's super strong and pungent. It stings the nostrils. It works 60% of the time, every time. But that's what I'm dealing. I'm dealing with a fucking cedar chest. It's like podcasting in a cedar chest. In fact, it's stinging my eyes right now. That's how fresh the cedar is. So, expect some content out of Texas, the freest fucking state in the union. And you don't mess with Texas. I'm going down there to Houston area. Just going to be fucking recording some ridiculous stuff. I want to tell you what the episode is, but I feel like it's too good to there's going to be a lot of people as soon as we start doing the episode because we already have it planned. Like, what? No! I can be like, there's no way! There's not! It's going to be fucking dope. I'm so excited for it. I come up with some fucking ridiculous ideas. You know, I talk about it like I have a notebook. I scribble down some shit throughout the day, and I like fucking like I've got the top line of this because I have it on 2 sheets of paper. It says, "Do not come, do not come." But I scribble down ideas as I go through the day, and then I've got the pages before this. I've got all the stuff about that episode, and I'm super excited about it. I hope you're excited about it too, even though you don't know what the fuck it is. Go check out our store, violentprofessional.com. Click the store, get some merch. I think the tab says merch. We got tons of dope threads, including this guy right here. This is a fucking fan favorite just because it's simple and it's the original logo. We've also got some notebooks on there. I'm waiting for mine to come in right now. It's a notebook that I'm going to be writing down cool ideas. If you have ideas, it's a perfect place to put yours. It's got a picture of me getting chased by a death cheat on there in a cartoonistic version. That's cool. On the back, it's got a Violent Professional logo that's original and unique. And I guarantee you no one else is going to have that logo unless you're next to somebody who has bought it as well. And, it supports the podcast. Just like if you're on YouTube or listening to this podcast, you can click like, you can comment, you can fucking hit bell notifications, you subscribe to whatever channel you're on. And all of that stuff, as little as you think it is, it helps the podcast grow. Everything you do in terms of liking, commenting, turning on notification, it helps the podcast grow. So if you like this podcast, if you love it, even if you hate it and you want to see it, go to a place where you can just hate it every fucking day and it's in your face. You'd be like, I hate it so much I can't look away. It's like a car crash. This podcast is like a car crash, Then hit all those things. Do all of it. Do anything. Hit like, comment, subscribe. And that will help the podcast grow, Especially YouTube. Big push on YouTube. I'm trying to get a bunch of subscribers on there so that this podcast continues to grow. And everybody can look at me and all of my antics. Because that's what, really, if it's not for you, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing here? Talking to myself in a room by myself? No. Anyway, thank you for checking out this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you liked about it or hated about it or what you think we should do in the future. And with that, kids, thank you for checking out this episode. See you later. Peace.